What's up, friends? We'll get right into it. What up, Internet? What up, TikTok? What up, YouTube? So it's a Monday gap, and we waited it out because usually Monday gaps, we gap and go, we consolidate, and then we close. So we were waiting. I don't know if you were waiting. I was waiting for something different to happen, and that different thing happened just now. So we got some QQQ short. We also got this PGY short. And we've been walking through the AA steps, right? So when you're a shorter, you got to remind yourself a few things. You're a loser. Secondly, you're doing something that's virtually illegal. And third, and most importantly, it's not going to last. So as a delusional loser psychopath who actually thinks the market could go down every once in a while, yeah, we witnessed it on Friday. How'd that work out for the shorters, right? It didn't. And you had to cover and go long. So same situation here. Faux show, bro, VWAP break on a gap up. That's why I don't short Mondays. And then the market kept going higher and going higher, testing, going higher, testing, going higher, crushing shorts, destroying everybody. And then suddenly it rolls down, tries to rally, and then it rolls. That's the finger of God right there. There's your reason to short with limited risk. Doesn't mean it's going to work, but it did work. So now you go through your steps. Shorting is short-lived and I'm going to die. So what do? You take profits when they get to break even. They got to the lows of the day, taking profits. Then we said, hey, maybe they can get to the low candle. Oh, they did. And then we thought maybe, hey, they can get to that pre-market pivot. And they did. So now we're psychotic and thinking maybe the market could actually go down a little bit more, even though we know it can't. But we're entertaining that thought right now because it is happening. So what do you do? What do you do in this moment where you're in a trade where you can't believe it's actually working, like a QQQ short? Put a stop on. That takes all of your emotion out of the equation. So all these levels now, insignificant. Let's redraw. It broke the low of the day. It just tested that low. Congratulations. There's your stop. Sorry to make it so easy, but that's it. Now you're short the Qs with limited risk. Double. Bang. Lows of the day breaks. Lows of the day gets tested. Rolls over. You stay short. Now that's your stop. You're not letting it go back to VWAP. That's for psychos. Right? So now, just like Friday when we were short the Qs in the morning, and it was fan-freaking-tastic, we milked it for almost every penny we could get out of it. And then what happened? This market's always, just like every other stock, a fake out, shake out, breakout away from ripping your head off. Right? So on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, what was Friday? Today's Monday. So last Friday, I entertained the idea that, hey, you know what? I think the Qs are going to 595. And if they break 595, I thought they might go to 585. And down here, I'm thinking, all right, I know I got to cover some, but I'm not going to cover the whole thing because I thought the market could actually stay down. But then I remember that I don't trade what I think. I trade what is happening. And all that shortness and all my plans of holding the Qs short over the weekend went bye-bye at 602.50. And then you faux show broed, and then we went long because the market never goes down. And then you fast forward into the massive gap. Why do you think the market gapped up so much? No, it's not because the government's opened again. We didn't sell off on the government shutdown. Why would it be gapped up on a government opening? The market's gapped up today because it's trying to do the most damage to the people that don't understand that the market never goes down and they're still short from down here. So now it has to crush them and take all their money and then roll over to make them feel bad. So then now they go short again, only to get smoked again. So what we do for a living is take their money, just like the open trade, right? When you walked in on Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and you saw open was down, did you think, oh, this thing's going to zero? Or did you say, oh, we're going to wait for the faux show bro on open to buy the shit out of it because shorting is short-lived and they're going to die. And it turned out to be wonderful. $5. And where did we get back to today? $7.50, of course. And of course, it's long trade this morning, long trade here, long trade here. And I still think this stock, and here's the fun part of the commentary today, folks. It's not about what you think, because if it was about what I think open will be at 0 within 2 years. Am I going to be right or wrong about it? Doesn't matter. Is this the best stock to trade intraday there is on the market right now? Absolutely. Short and long. Because it was a pretty damn good short for 3 days going into that number. The shorts were winning. But the ones who don't understand shorting is short-lived and they're going to die, they're still short because they think the stock's going to 0, which is what I think too. But I don't trade what I think. I trade faux show bro VWAP breaks. That's how you stay in the business, right? And that's why the QQQ short, right? What? Do you think you're going to stay short all day? What, you think you're going down here? You already had a sell-off. What, you think it's going to last? Why? You can't ever think you're going to stay in a short position. And that's where stops come in. So it takes your thought process out of it. So if you're just joining us, I think the most ironic trade, well, a lot of ironic trades going on lately, but NVTS, actually, I'm going to shut up right now because we have a trade on, right? It's Rigatoni short, RGTI, right? Let me just make sure I get you guys familiar with what I'm doing here. Blue line, orange line, it's called the finger of God. Now you're destroying the town down here. Take the money. Take the money. Now, take it. Take it. Now smell it. Take it. Put a stop on the rest at 33.25. Now you can stay short Rigatoni. Take the money. Blue line or orange line. Take the money. Put a stop at 33.25. Now you can stay short the rest. Take some money. Take most of it, actually. 70, 80% of it. You want to be delusional and think the market could actually go down a little bit more? Put a stop on. And that cures your delusion. Okay? Cool. Right. All right, wait, there's more. MNDY. We trade earnings reversals for a living, don't we? Right. What's MNDY? Nobody knows. Who cares? Company reported earnings. It's gapped down. It broke VWAP. We got paid. And then it faux show bros. And it's still broing. It's Monday. And it's Monday. Who knows what Monday.com does? Doesn't matter. It's MNDY. They reported earnings, and it's breaking blue lines headed to orange line. And that's how you trade, my friends. So if you are shorting anything right now, like PGY, which is one of our shorts, got to where it wanted to go. It wanted to go say hello to its friend down here. 80% of the short is over because it did what it wanted to do. So then you put a stop on it, 28.50. You're thinking possibly go down to the orange line, but that's psychotic talk because the market doesn't go down. You see how it all ties together? So if you consistently trade with the idea that the market's never going to go down, you will turn what we saw on Friday into the greatest day of your life. And also today, we waited for some shorts because I need to short something that's gapped up. I need to buy things that are gapped down. Right. So this short took a little bit of time to develop, but it did. And then it got to where it wants to go. Knowing that shorting is short-lived and you're going to die, you put your stop at the half number. This trade's almost done. Rigatoni, same scenario. Shorted it once, shorted it twice. Right. Gets to where you wanted it to go. You cover 80%. Don't be delusional. Market never goes down. You should be surprised this worked in the first place. More importantly, the Monday trade is where you really want to be, because you got a stock that is gapped down on an earnings report in a market that never goes down. You're just waiting for confirmation of that, and a faux show bro, a faux show bro, and a faux show bro. So it's kind of a boring day, but if you stayed focused on your earnings reports and the Qs and some of these rigatonis and quantum stocks that were in play, you got yourself a day. I'll be right back. All right, I'm in a much better mood now. It was pretty surly. I freaking hate Monday gap ups because usually they're just boring, awful, annoying days. Plus, I hate bull markets. But now we got some stuff that happened, and I'm in a much happier mood now. So let me get my face up on the screen. If anybody is short PGY, I'm with you. We're lower at the lows of the day. We're just looking for 29 more cents. Now 25 more cents. Why? Because we're looking for 27.50. Stocks that break down under 30 go to 27.50. This thing's cooperating right now. But remember, shorting is short-lived and we're going to die. Right? So if you are short PGY, I still don't even know what company this is. Some probably Chinese stock. I'm not sure. But see, I have a delusion now that it tested the half and didn't break over it. Right there. You see that spot right there? That was 28.42. Our stop is 28.50. It didn't get us. So that gave us permission to hang in there with it, right? So now I'm going to entertain the idea that it's going to break 27.50 and go down another $1. But then I remind myself that the market never goes down, ever. So I keep my stop on. Even though I think the stock's about to go down another $1.20 from here. I'm not psychotic. Market never goes down. This is delusional. But it's working right now, so I'll stick with it. I know it's not going to last because the market never goes down. You see the concept there, friends? It's partially tongue-in-cheek, but it's reality. Right? Good luck trying to stay short on a day like Friday. Right? But here we're at least shorting stocks from a place of strength that's turning into weakness. And you also remind yourself, every tick, this isn't going to last. I probably shouldn't be in this position. Why am I shorting stocks in the first place? It's a terrible idea, but it's working right now. That's how you trade. You got to think of yourself in an AA meeting, right? Or Shorters Anonymous. Let's just go with that. There you go. 52 bid, 52 bid, 52 bid. Hit it. I want my 2 cents. I want my $2. Come on. Somebody hit that bid. Somebody hit that bid now. Hit that bid on PGY. Come on. 53. 53. Don't make me cover, you bastard. Come on. Give us the freaking 50. You son of a bitch. Normally I cover around the half number. I didn't cover. But if you're sitting here with this PGY short, what a freaking torture, right? For a little while there. Didn't think it would amount to anything. 8 cents away from getting stopped out. That 8 cents kept us in the trade. You know why? Because we trade price. Not what we think. Not how we feel. Not what we could have done or should have. There you go. Now you cover some. There you go. Don't cover it all. Now you broke the half. Now what do? Lower your stops. Go through the steps, friends. You're not psychotic, are you? You don't think it's going to keep going down, do you? Of course not. Market never goes down. This is utter bullshit. Put a stop on. So now that it broke down from a double bottom break, that double bottom break price is the stop. Now you lock it up. I still think it's going down to this orange line. Do you? So do I. But I'm not going to be psychotic about it because market never goes down. See? See how it all comes together there, Jimmy? If you don't walk through your steps as a trader on every position, you're going to lose. Think about what the other people are doing, what you're going to do. Where's the stock going? What you think is going to happen next? Okay. It's not about what you think. It's about what is happening, right? So what do I think is going to happen? I think we're going to 26.59. What am I going to do? I'm going to cover it if it breaks back over 27.82. That's what I'm doing. And now there's nothing to do except wait. Right? There you go. New lows on PGY. Let's go, people. Come on. Let's go. PGY. PGY. Right? Doesn't take a lot to make a day's pay as a day trader. Just stay focused on companies that report earnings. Little QQQ, little UVXY. A couple of your go-to names like Open and Rigatoni and some Quantums. And every day is the greatest day. And then you have days like Friday, which are just beyond great. Otherworldly. And you make 10 times the amount of money that you normally make on a Friday, or 20 times or 50 times. And then you come in on Monday and you don't even have to do anything. So you have even more patience. What? What? Did you just think we were going to stay short? Shh. All right. You understand what's happening right now. We just got paid on something, right? Took the money. Stops in. I wish I traded Monday with you, but I didn't. You're 2 points away from perfection. Will you get there? I don't know. But you're trading a $160 stock. Take a wild guess where your stop is if you're still in Monday long. It rhymes with 160. And if you want to be a little bit tighter about it, you don't want to let it go to the big fat hole number nearby. Oh, I'm sorry. I read it wrong. I read it wrong. As a matter of fact, it's above 162.50. Really, your stop should be 162.50, but it's hard to trade this thing with the 50-cent spread. So go where is it? The bottom of the range. So if you're still long, you got that little shelf right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit it 4 times. 160.85. You're out. Uh-oh. All right, for those that are still short the Qs, for those about to rock, you could stay short the Qs because you're looking 617.50 now, right? If you're still short PGY, we're still staying short PGY because the market just gave us another chance, right? See how it tried to rally just now and not much happened. So now we get to stay short. Hopefully it lasts for another 15 or 20 minutes, knowing it's not going to last. We're inevitably have to cover because shorting is short-lived and they're going to die. See how I switched it up? Not we're going to die, they're going to die. We know what we're doing. We know where PGY is going, and we know exactly where we're going to cover it if we have to. Right? Same thing with the Qs. Right? Right? If you stayed short this whole time, that's proper trading because it never did anything to the upside to make you want to cover any more of it. You've already taken profit. Now you get to let it breathe. You think it's going to 608.20? Are you nuts? But you could entertain the idea. What's in the middle? You got Fat Finger Freddy right here. and you got the pre-market lows. So if you get through Fat Finger Freddy, number one, and you get through pre-market lows, you could start entertaining the idea of Fat Finger Freddy two times. And if you don't know about Fat Finger Freddy, you better join the class on November 22nd, right? But right now, all I got is PGY short, trying to make every penny I can on this thing. And if anybody did short the rigatoni again, how about QBTS short? I don't even want to talk about it if you're not short right now. Come on, people. Q, right? The rigatonis were selling off, so you go short the rest of them. You missed Ion Q, you missed rigatoni. Get the one that you didn't miss. QBTS. How you doing now? How you doing now? Blue line or orange line. Cover it. Blue line or orange line. You thought you were late, didn't you? You're not late. If it confirms. You're better late and right than early and wrong. How about these people that were shorting it over here getting crushed? It's a lot easier shorting stocks when they actually start to go down and confirm with a VWAP rejection from underneath. You see how every trade's exactly the same? Look at the core weave, right? You were thinking about shorting core weave, right? Somebody did, right? First shorter got crushed, second shorter got crushed, third shorter might have panicked out, but then breaks down, confirms by can't stay in over the VWAP, confirmation, breakdown, confirmation, breakdown. It's always the same. You're going to prayer VWAP. It's insane. What? I'm having. See, I get so much cheered up when the market starts to do stuff we can trade. I freaking hate gap and sit days because there's nothing to do. You get all pissy. PE, BE or PE? BE going down, y'all. I don't know. Hope you're short already. That's a specific spot right there. 139, 139.69. 139.69 is your out. And your tight stop is the 138.50 right here. But you have to assume it's going here. Hopefully you're short from Sean. And you're covering some Sean on your way to Sean. See how much more fun it is when the market actually starts to go down? But I thought it never goes down. All kidding aside, is anybody short SRAD? I mean, Gold Star, if you are, biggest piece of shit in the market. Stock's going to zero. I told you I would turn on this bad boy. To me, it's just a trading stock, and this thing looks like it's literally going to zero. Since 3 upgrades, this thing hasn't had an uptick. It's just a piece of garbage. First one to start going down the whole market today. Just dog shit. Same thing with all those old stocks, except for Rambus, even though Rambus was a sell today also. Rambus made the whole move back, friends. The whole entire move back. So what did we learn? Don't ever buy, ever again. Don't ever buy options going into earnings reports. You buy them the day after when the stock does you the favor by dropping 30 points and giving you a chance to get back in at the price you should have been buying it in the first place. And then you make those 15 points on the back of the broken souls of shorters. The preferred gold stock, just gold. GLD, GDXJ, GDX, Nugget, and JNUG. They're all the miners and junior miners and all that stuff. But I'm more of a silver guy because I can afford it. All right, if you're thinking what I'm thinking the same thing you're thinking. I'm thinking I want to get the hell out of this PGY short. You know why? Because I don't like it. because it just did something I don't want to see it do. Little faux show bro right there. So now that's me covering. Thank you very much. Another 200 out. 58, 59. And now I'll let the last 100 breathe because I don't like the fact that I got back over the half. So I'm covering right here. Hopefully it rolls so I can make money on my last little bit. But trade's pretty much done. I got what I came for. And the same thing goes for the Qs, right? So if you have covered some, awesome. Just lower your stop a little bit, and that stop would be the top of that range, right? Shaw. AGQ is the leveraged SOV. Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, to trade intraday. Yeah, I don't look at long dated options, and that's the leveraged products because they all have slippage. So you're trading a leveraged product with leveraged products. It's not the best idea. That's why I don't buy, TQQ options. TQQ has slippage and as well as obviously options. So that's why I don't trade SVXY as much. Because then again, I'm sorry I don't mention SVXY enough. SVXY is short the UVXY. And obviously UVXY always goes down. So you would think in theory, then just own SVXY. Yeah, it does work, but it has slippage too, and it gets adjusted. It's not as easy as it makes it seem. But what is easy is anytime UVXY is strong for a day or two, you should go look to buy SVXY because UVXY rarely goes up 3 or 4 days in a row. All right. Well, I didn't mean for this green candle to happen as soon as I said put a stop on, but that's kind of how the market works, right? So PGY basically almost done. QQQ short almost done. Oh, and there's Fat Finger Freddy reminding us that shorting is short-lived and you're going to die. It's fucking awesome. Like, as if to remind you, we're probably going back to VWAP, that anomaly candle just said. Holy cow. Oh, my God. That's so funny. XVXY? Is there an XVXY? No. S. Like short. S. Oh, okay. Yeah. SVXY. Yeah, right here. And there's also the other one, the UVIX, and you got SVIX, I think it is. Yeah. God damn it. Well, that QBTS short's over. Oh, well. Hey, got something out of it, right? A little late. Better late than right? I mean, listen. If you're not listening to fake outs, I mean, And by the way, here's a typical trade. This is what kind of like Friday was, right? So if you're shorting stocks in a market that never goes down, right? You always have to remind yourself that the market never goes down, right? If you're not catching on to the freaking mantra idea at this point, I don't know how many times I could explain this, but I'll explain it one more time. Wait, better yet, let me get my face on camera so that you could see the emotion on my face. Hello, my name's Kenny Glick. In the year 1999, I was a shorter. And then all the money I made from 1998 to that point, I had almost given it all back. And then the market finally crashed and I made a lot of money. And from that point on, I thought shorting might be a viable way to make money as a trader. I was wrong. I spent 2012 through 2015 proving that point to myself, and I gave back every penny I ever made and basically wandered the streets homeless and despondent and pretty sad. And then I went back to trading and I resurrected my career and then some. I still do some dumb shit from time to time, but now I'm on a mission, right? To make sure everybody understands that shorting is not a viable way to make money other than intraday trading for very, very short bursts of time. The idea of being short something, it's basically illegal now. I know that sounds funny, but if you stay with that attitude and you trade as if the market's never going to go down, so when you are in a short position like a QBTS, you understand that there are moments in time where we pull back, otherwise known as going down. But you also understand the market's rigged, right? First of all, it's rigged to go up. They broke the market in 08 and 09 to fix capitalism, remember? And again, hopefully you guys are still as pissed off as I am. That's why I hate the stock market, because it's a fuck toy for the 1% and they do whatever they want with it, pretending that it means something, earnings and economic. It's all a bunch of bullshit. We know it's a computer program. And if you're pissed off, you should be. Go watch The Big Short again if you're not pissed off, and get reminded that crimes, real crimes, were being committed. People were doing nefarious things, building products they knew would destroy the world, and they did it anyway. And it was rubber stamped by Moody's and the S&P Industries because they were paid off, just like everybody else in the industry is paid off for what their commentary is. There's not too many people that are actually making commentary about what they think and what they believe. They have some sort of other agenda, except for me. I have zero agenda because I'm actually here to make sure everybody understands that you're being manipulated and the market is rigged. But now, after 08 and 09, and after implementing all these algorithms from 87, the flash crash, and they've legitimately broke the market. Now it literally can't even stay down for more than maybe 7 minutes. You get a couple hours. Right. And if you thought what you witnessed on Friday was a sell-off, right? What happened to the sell-off on Friday? It was met with an equal and greater move to the upside, otherwise known as the market never goes down. So while you're shorting something, like let's say you're short the Qs right now, and you should be, because the market's telling you you have permission right now. So if you use the mantra, okay, shorting is short-lived and I'm going to die, market never goes down. But it is now, I know. And you have permission to stay short. But if you consistently remind yourself that shorting is short-lived and they're going to die, or you're going to die, you will stay focused as a trader. So we get it. We get it. The market can go down. We've seen it. We get it. I understand. I made a couple of $1 million once shorting the market, and then I gave back 22 million of that. Real numbers, friends. If I never shorted the market from when I shorted him back in 2000, I'd be much better off right now.
Doesn't work on any time frame except for intraday trading. And even then, you get what happened on Friday. Oh man, this market's going to crash. Oh my God, this is going to be the end of the world. Oh. Good luck. So one day, right? One day we won't faux show, bro, break VWAP and rip into the close. When that day happens, guess what, friends? We'll stay short, because if you heard my commentary on Monday, I was thinking about holding the short into the weekend. I was so convinced that we were going to go down. Well, we did, right? But I thought if we could break down under the 600, we might test those generational lows, which were from that prior moment where the market sold off way back 2 weeks ago. Let me show it on an hourly chart. And I'll give you 30 days on an hourly chart and show you exactly what the market's doing right now. So here's the sell-off from where Trump manipulated the market. And again, if you guys are really still posting stuff online about how upset you are that Nancy Pelosi made $137 million while she was a politician, really? That's what you want to harp on? You know, every politician manipulates and has inside information. You know, Trump crashed the market in April, and then he basically said, I'm buying right now. At least he let us front run his order, but he manipulated the market right there on the TV. And he did it again here, where he pretended that the tariffs were going to mean something again. We all know they don't. And it was a buying opportunity. But that algorithmic print is now factored in, and these two prints over here. So when the markets start to sell off, they tend to go to prior moments of significance, right? So on Friday, I'm thinking, holy shit, are we actually going to go down there? No reason not to believe we weren't. We broke a prior pivot, but we wanted the faux show broing at that price. I'm thinking we're going here. But then I remind myself, oh, right, shorting is short-lived, and I'm going to die because the market never goes down. Do you get it now? Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? You get it now? I'm just an angry shorter. You get it? Do you understand? I get it. You can make money shorting. I just did it on PGY, the Qs, and Rigatoni. I get it. You can do it. But if you don't go through the steps like you're at an AA meeting, doing something illegal, like someone's going to come in and bash you over the head, you're going to lose. So I have to keep reminding you, because that's my job. I need to keep you guys focused so you can stay short the Qs when it's time to be short the Qs, like right now. But you're not going to be delusional about it, right? Because right now you got a reason to believe. And we just hit Fat Finger Freddy number 1. So now if you don't believe in Fat Finger Freddy, you just got your point. My point is proven. The market, it's rigged. And every once in a while, the market slips up and it tells us exactly where it's going to go. Fat Finger Freddy right there. It said, hey, the Qs are probably going to want to go say hi to that price at some point today. And look what it just did. Hello. Hello. But does that mean anything to the people that are buying Monday? Nope. Because Monday is doing its thing on the opposite side. So let's show you the Monday trade. So while the market's selling off, you're long the stock because you do what the stock tells you to do, and you buy gap down stocks that break over VWAP, faux show bro again, and then consolidate and start to trend, and chances are you are going to go to the orange line. So how do you do that? You just raise your stop as it's getting up there, assuming it's going there, because we've seen it a million times. And if you're still long the Monday, look where that double top broke from. That's your out. I need a drink. So if you don't understand, like if you got, oh, here he go, like somebody said the other day, oh, here he goes again with the market never goes down bullshit. Is it bullshit? Are you watching the market? Even on days where you're getting hammered. You couldn't even close red on Friday. UVXY gave up the whole gap and all of it. So if you're not appreciating the market never goes down theory, right? How's it working out for the people that are still short from Friday or not covering PGY when we did? Because we understand the market never goes down. Get it? Get it? Because we could review, and we will, November 22nd, be here. November 22nd. I'm going to go over Friday, every trade that we took, the anatomy of why the market never goes down, the faux show bro, the blow off top, how to work your VWAPs, where to place your stops, and how you could take a delusional trade like right now, because, you know, if you're delusional, right, you think the market's going to give up the whole thing today. Oh, this market's going to bubble. I'm with you. I live the delusion every day. Right now, it's giving you that permission. Fat Finger Freddy right there is telling you better be worried because the last Fat Finger was up, but we're testing the ones that from earlier, and we had this print right there. Am I saying we're about to tank to right here? I certainly am saying that. It's exactly what I'm saying. Are you saying that I should be short the Qs? I'm saying that you should have been short the Qs already. And if you are short the Qs, you stay short the Qs. So I'm saying, yes, the Qs could pull back 7 points from here because we've seen it a million times. But now dip your head or your toe or your foot or go back to the world of reality where the market never goes down. See, that's how you stay short. You want to stay short? You delusional fucktard? Yeah, all right, good. Put your stop at 618.94. Now you can stay short. I'll be right back. You see, that's how you trade. Think of yourself at an AA meeting. Every time you're short a position, you're long, it doesn't matter. It's hard to be long and wrong, right? But when you're a shorter, and again, if you're not shorting, it's a very difficult market to not short at all because then you're missing out on the fades, right? But if you're not going to short, you just got to be a little bit more patient. Wait for the faux show bros because they always happen. But I just want to say, can I get an amen from the guy in the back? Can I get a whoop whoop? We covered the PGY near the lows of the day, right? See, that's why you got to walk through the steps. If you shorted something and I came in late, VWAP test, VWAP roll, I'm shorting 28.50. 28.50 gets me 28. Covering. Tries to rally. I'm going to think I'm about to cover at 28.50. Doesn't break 28.50. So I hold. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm making money on a short position. Oh, good. It's at 27.50. Cover. Cover. Because you're thinking, all right, maybe we go to 26.63. All right, now that you've covered some more, now you put your stop at where it broke down from. You don't want to be delusional now, right? And now the trade's over. But look where we covered. 27.50. Down here. And then the rest right here. Not bad. Now let's go talk about this QQQ short position that you have on, you psychos, right? What's the market telling you right now? You got to stay short. It's $1. It's a $617 product here. That's just chopping around in a slight little downtrend. You have to wait it out. You have no choice. You have to see what happens next. I wish I could tell you what's going to happen next, but you can't. Nobody knows. So what can you do? What can you do? You place stops at prior levels of significance. How about that significant level right there? 68.44, 68.44, 68.45. You know where I'm placing my stop? 68.50. That's it. I'm risking $1. So now if you want to be nuts, and think the market's going to give up this entire gap. Okay, that's your delusion. I'm with you. I'm deluded too. You think we're going to pull back 9 points? Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm risking $1. I'm risking $1 now to find out. And that takes everything out of the equation, right? I don't got to think now. And if you're not long Monday, I don't know what to tell you. Wow. And now I'm asking myself, what am I doing? I didn't trade the stock once today, right? Because I came in, I was like, I am not putting trades on until the market tells me I have permission to put some shorts on. And I was all pissed off because I hate being patient. I hate discipline. Nobody wants to be disciplined. Nobody wants to be patient. You want to be crazy, right? Ah! Right? But trading the way we do instills the discipline in you. As frustrating as discipline and patience is, discipline and patience is annoying, right? I had no discipline. Remember grade school? I used to get a U in discipline. My parents always had to come up to school because I was a bad kid. I wasn't bad. I just liked talking. I would get unsatisfactory in discipline and self-behave. And what was it called? One was discipline, and the other one was, what was it called? Conduct. And then I'd get a note. See me after class. And then they would ask me to bring my parents up to school. And my mom would say, what? So you could tell me my kid's crazy again? I'm not coming. Which was one of the greatest moments in my life. When my mom said no. I was like, yeah, you tell them, Mom. They called my school, wanted her to come down. She's like, I'm not coming. I don't need you to tell me the same stuff. He's doing fine. Because my parents were both teachers. And I was doing well in school. I just had a discipline problem because I was a fuckhead. I just liked impressing the girls and talking out loud in class and making funny noises and stupid faces. I got in trouble. To the point where they actually had to go, whatever. You want me to read this? When I read my psychotic evaluation, I still hold it. I still have it here from the 4th grade. Kenny looks his age. He speaks intellectually. He was impudent, and demanding during the testing session, yet he was entirely cooperative and attentive. I'm very much a wise guy. His grades are fine and well above grade cell level. He's fidgety. He's overactive. Goes on and on. I have a high IQ. I'm demanding. I'm difficult. Generally bratty, somewhat off-putting. But I do possess an array of a good array of potential personality. I don't even know what that word means. I'm perceptive. I'm alert. I'm good at manipulating people. I have an IQ that's superior. But it comes down to one of ineffectual parental behavior. And then he goes on and on how my parents should have beat the shit out of me. It's true. Lack of discipline. Now you know a little bit way too much about me. You always thought I was crazy, right? I am. But not crazy enough to stay short in a market that never goes down anymore. Ha ha, you see how I bring it all home? What time is it? Let's get the hell out of here. What are we guys doing here? Yeah. Oh, I keep that. I have a framed copy of it. Would you like one? It goes on and on and on. Oh yeah, if they had some drug, they would have. Yeah. Oh my God. They definitely. Oh man. No, this was not the teacher. I had to go. I had to go to a specialist. Yeah. You know what it was? What it turns out when I look back now, what it was, my 4th grade teacher looked like Kate Jackson from Charlie's Angels. And I was in my brain, I was trying to impress my teacher because I loved her. And that's what it was. See, he didn't know about that part. She was beautiful, and I just wanted her attention. And what was the best way to get your teacher's attention? Being a jerk. You guys remember Kate Jackson, right? I'm willful, manipulative, sharp, overactive, rebellious, impulsive, defiant. Yes. All that stuff. And I'm still the same person. This guy nailed me in the fourth grade. And this is my favorite part. I'm somewhat of a 9-year-old infant who hasn't been disciplined. I'm still the same person. I'm actually dumber now than I was then. That's why I don't need to go to therapy anymore. I do a deep dive analysis into my brain every single day. Right now, the wizard's out there laughing. The wizard's known me since I was a kid, right? The wizard. My grandmother knew right away. And that's why discipline for me is harder than most people. And patience, I'm a fidgety, freaking undisciplined lunatic. Right? That's why this trading style, it means something to me. Because I can feel it. It's instilling the discipline in me that I know I need. It's not a question. I know I need it. I need a smack in the back of the head. I wish my dad is a very passive guy. He probably needed this, biff me 400 or 500 times. And that's what's wrong with society today. I'm not saying you got to beat your kids, but a couple of, what are you doing? All right. Let's stop that conversation. Anybody have any questions about the market right now? Now that you know I truly am psychotic, but it really does help you see what I'm trying to lay down here. This trade that I have, if it could help me, it could help you. I'm the most undisciplined trader you'll ever meet. I have to trade this way. That's why it takes the what's the word? Let's see what happens out of the equation. Oh, I'm a real hoarder, my friends. Hey, by the way, you want to know something funny? You guys watch the Rock and Roll Awards? You guys know I was in the record industry for a while? I've had a long, weird life. Yeah. I was in the record industry, and I helped promote Outkast, their first album. I met these dudes. And now they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame all these years later. Dedication, hard work, and a shared love of music defines the borders of the Arista sales staff. Congratulations and thanks for your contribution in bringing these projects to gold, platinum, and multi-platinum sales presented to Kenny Glick, even though I didn't do too much, but I was there. And if anybody wants a copy of Crash Test Dummies, I have about 150 copies of that somewhere in my mom's basement, as well as Tony Braxton and Ace. I have cases of all of these somewhere in my parents' house. Life, it's been a long, crazy journey, man. Yeah, me and Clive Davis, we were boys. I didn't like the industry, man. It was a very, very shady industry. Because people would say one thing and then walk away and just curse the person that they just had this wonderful. I'm like, I thought you liked that guy. Nah, he's a jerk off. What an asshole. And everybody was two-faced. I didn't know who liked each other. And I was just like, this is very weird. You guys all hate each other, but pretend that you like each other. I'm out. I'm out. I was like, I don't know how to do that. I wasn't really good at pretending to like somebody. Either I like you or I don't like you. But it was fun. It was fun working there. When I was one of my highlights of my career was this moment. Hey, you're white. Come here. I am white. Come here. That was how I got called into a video booth. Hey, you're white. Come here. I get called into this booth and like, here, sit down, watch this video. And on comes this song. And I think you know it. And if you don't know it, you should.
Come on. Sicker than your average. A twist cabbage off instinct. Niggas don't think shit stink. Pink gators. My Detroit players. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right.
So I'm sitting there watching this video and I'm like, all right, this is pretty cool, man. I'm digging that thing. We also just got done promoting Craig Mack. Craig Mack was in the house. Very ugly dude. That's why he didn't get more famous. Craig Mack. You guys remember Craig Mack? Yes, you do. Flavor in your ear. I got copies. You need
Yo,
one?
Mac, I don't even understand how they didn't understand you in that Mary joint.
The batter, chitter, chatter, batter than the bad. I make you buy shit, come by fatter.
Craig Mack.
Data, turn your body into antimatter. Just like a piece of sizzling.
So anyway, as the white guy there, I got called into this office and they throw the video for Hypnotize on. And little did I know at the time that that was Puff Daddy or whatever he was calling himself at the time, hanging out right there as the owner of, I think it was called Bad Boy Records at the time, that Arista Records was acquiring. So there I was hanging with Puffy and Clive and this guy, Kurt. And then I was like, that was a pretty good video. And they said, okay, white boy, go. And I left. All these years later, it dawned on me years later. I was like, oh, wow, that was Puffy standing right there in the corner. And I made that song happen. See, if it wasn't for me being called in, they wouldn't have even run with that song. I launched Biggie's career. Yeah. And on that note, we're out of this QQQ short. And let's get the flock out of here because, damn, you thought we were going to stay short, didn't you? Oh, you thought we were going to stay short for the whole day? Oh, my God. Look, they just went and got us. You bastard. All right. Well, now I got no positions on. Anybody have any questions before I leave? Can I stay? Do I have to go? Should I stay or should I go now? Well, that was the end of the QQQ short. Oh, no, I'm not joking. Now I got nothing going on. PGY, QQQ. Gonzo. What do you guys want to do now? Craig Mack? Yeah. Actually, he was a nice guy. Yeah, that was a fun time in the record industry. I got to go to a lot of the award ceremonies. That was awesome. Well, that was because of my DJ Smike. He worked at MTV and VH1. Back when the day where smoking weed was like, kind of illegal still. I remember Jamiroquai. Was it Jamiroquai or DMX? Or maybe a combination. I don't know. Somebody lit up a joint or a big fatty right on the side of the stage. Everybody was freaking out about it. We're starting Thursday night with the schmooze. Yeah. Speaking of open, new highs. It's a buy. It's always going to be a buy until it's not. It's a great trading stock. I wouldn't want to own it. Still think it's going to zero, but phenomenal. You should have one more day. Usually the squeeze lasts 3 days. $5 got you $7.50. Anything above 707, still bullish. Plus, you know what? I haven't mentioned open today. If open wouldn't have done what it did, I would have said this market's a little different, but it did do what it did. And this market continues to be every trade is a faux show, bro, away from being a long trade, right? There you go. Right? So look, the delusion is over. So you want to be delusional? Don't be. Put a stop on, just like the Qs on Friday, just like just now, out of the short. I'm not going long, but just covered my last two positions near the lows of the day. PGY, how you doing? You're not going to faux show bro me. I invented the trade. Faux show. I'm out. QQQ. We got every damn penny we could get. Got the 1750. You want to dream? Put the stop on. Dream's over. You know that song. Yes. Once there was a kid who got into an accident and couldn't come to school, but when he finally came back, his hair had turned from black into bright white. He couldn't quite explain it. Yeah. I actually sang the song with them. That was a weird group of people. That group. They were weird dudes. Strange. But if you want to see something funny, Google the MTV Music Awards, where Eminem came in with all the M&Ms. Me and my wife are in the second row. Trump is right behind me. I had better seats than Trump. Trump was to my right. I think he was dating some model at the time. I met him that day. He was actually pretty cool. Gave me a big fat hug, opposed to how what's his name treated me. Mike Piazza. Mike Piazza comes rolling down the hall with two women on each arm. No, one woman on each arm. I'm like, oh, Mike Piazza, big fan. I don't think anybody hits the ball harder than you. Fucking kind of like snuffed me. I was like, wow, you're a dick. Meanwhile, I went up to Trump. Hey, man, what's up, Trump? He's like, Trump hugged me. Trump wasn't a bad guy. Nicer than Mike Piazza was to me. By the way, S-Rad's about to go, Red. What are you talking about? SOL? I don't know about SOL. Isn't SOL one of those? I think it's one. Uh-oh. I think I just did a trade. Hold on. No. But you want to see something funny? I'm wearing the green and white flowered shirt. So if you watch the MTV Fashion Music Awards, my wife and I are in the third row, right on the aisle. So when all the M&Ms walk by, I'm sitting there dancing. And little did we know. Oh no, we did know. We had found out my wife is pregnant that morning. So that was a big moment for my life right there. How about shorting those Qs, huh? Did you see what I just did here while we're just goofing around telling stories? Covering my Qs, 1750, 1850, done. Look where they are now. Wonderful cover, right? PGY, got in late, covered 2750, thinking 27, get stopped out, done. No, my mother-in-law passed away, man. Yeah. It was pretty horrible. Man, it took that whole thing down there for. Yeah, no, she died. She died last year. Yeah, but we had her home with us, which is what money is for, I guess, right? At least she didn't have to suffer in some home alone. We were with her every day. And she still blesses us now. We she's a very good investor. We found more stock that she owned. She owned stock in MetLife and Prudential. She had a dividend reinvestment plan with that New Jersey Resources. Oh my God. She was almost like my father. Appreciate it. Yeah. She was savvy, man. She hid money all around the house. We still find it. We built the house down the shore. She hid money, literally, all around the house. Crazy. And not just like a couple of hundred. Sick. Like envelopes. Pretty wild. She should have came on the show with us every once in a while. She was super bullish too. Literally, yeah. And then she used to tell me the story about when she met Mickey Mantle. And she didn't have any money. She didn't have any paper. So he signed a dollar bill for her. And she never knew where she put it. I found it. Because we went through everything in the house. I found the dollar bill with the Mickey Mantle autograph, which I have in my closet now in my drawer. Which is pretty freaking awesome, actually. Yeah, I mean, I'm more of a fan of, taking the money and run on the short. Yeah, but you see how it just got, and look, it just got to the fat finger, right? Remember from earlier, we said, hey, that's probably something, and it went and said hello to it. So if you're not really appreciating these anomaly prints, it didn't get there exactly, but they tend to tip you off that there's something else going on behind the scenes. But how about that? How about that PGY, man? I mean, I only made $1 on it, but I got every penny I could out of that trade. And by the way, if anybody's shorting SRAD, there you go. I'm not short this one, but this it's just a running joke. The stock stinks. I used to love it, and it was great until the analysts got in the way. I don't like the stock at all. It's going back to 1750. And again, this is a thing I was talking about this earlier. If you seem to notice that your stock tends to be the first one to get weak on strong days, you got a stinker. This stock stinks. It seems to go red. One of the first ones it leads the charge into the red. It's just terrible. But you know what wasn't terrible was that hold on NVTS, the hold on Open. So now that NVTS crashed and so did Open, that's why I got bullish both of those names. Want to hear more stories? I'll tell you a cool story. So I'm at one of these award ceremonies, right? And if I wasn't in the stands, if I wasn't in the audience, I was a PA, production assistant. My friend who ran the show would hire me. I'd actually get paid $250 to run around and have fun. It was awesome. And so you basically were required to do whatever was needed of you. So I got called into the lighting crew, and they had to set up the lighting for each set. So I would stand on the stage, and they would shine the light on me, and then they would say, all right, move to this spot. I would stand there, and they would do all the lights. So I'm on the stage, and they're doing all the lighting. And next thing you know, I get tapped on the shoulder. It's all right. I got it from here. It's all right. I got it from here. I turn to look, And guess who it was? I give you something with that accent, right? Who do you think it was? To my lower left, tapping me on the shoulder. Smaller than I was, very scrawny, skinny old guy. I'll give you 2 guesses. I'll give you a hint. He sings my second favorite song of all time. Not Billy Joel, but good guess. Billy Joel doesn't have a... It was Mike Piazza. No, I had a British accent. Come on, I didn't hear it. I didn't do my accent strong enough. It's all right. I got it from here. Iggy Pop. That's a pretty sick guess. Elton John is a really great guess. You're getting there. Rocker. There you go. Mick Jagger taps me on the shoulder and says, I got it from here. Yes, Mick Jagger. And in that moment, I did not know what to do except smile and nod. I didn't know. I didn't know what to say. I just walked away. My one chance to have a conversation with Mick Jagger, I blew it. But he did touch my shoulder, which was kind of cool, and I haven't showered since. Yeah, me and DJ Smike, we got stories for days. He's got more stories because he ran these shows. The MTV Music Awards he'd help, and the VH1 Fashion Awards. So much fun. And really, back in the day, my DJ friend, he would run the MTV. What were they calling it when they would go Beach House MTV Spring Break MTV. I went with him to California once, and I was like, listen, I'm not going to pretend I'm going to work. I'm going to go have some fun. And I would just disappear. My boy ran the MTV Spring Break shows. Oh, man, that was insanity. Because I can't tell you what the girls would do for a laminate. Oh, man, those laminates were gold. All right, I'm out of here. Nice hanging with you. Listen, I'm glad we made some money, something, right? PGY, QQQ, Rigatoni. I'm going to call it a day. And if you are shorting SRAD, the joke's on SRAD, right? This stock, just awful. But it's good to trade knowing that anytime it's gapped up, it tends to give up its gap. Speaking of that, I only have one idea left. I definitely want to short this Newegg because I just think it's going to zero, but it just keeps outsmarting me. I might look to short it now that it got rejected here. But other than that, I am out of here. Open house is next week. Starts on Thursday. So Thursday night into Friday, into all of next week, into the class. So it should be a very eventful 7 or 8 days. Wait, as a matter of fact, this stock was on our list earlier for some reason. Right now, it's already made its move. eToro. All right, I'm going to leave it there. All right, y'all, be careful. Stay disciplined. VWAP is discipline. Discipline is VWAP. If you're an undisciplined lunatic like I am, you need this stuff in your life.